Today, I want to share a little bit of my thought process behind how I approach different illustrators' work, palette selection, shadow placement, how I navigate coloring. If you're new here, I'm Tara. Welcome to Tara Tripoli Arts. If you're not new, welcome back. I've been an artist for almost 30 years. I'll put a few images on the screen if you're new around here so you can kind of see my vibe, but I'm very new to adult coloring. So if you're curious to how an artist approaches another illustrator's work, if you'd like to see my thought process behind the scenes, like a glimpse, you definitely are going to want to watch this. This is a snippet, a little bit from a full tutorial that I created for my Studio Master members. So let's get right into it. I love this stage of a painting when we're really seeing how everything is coming together. And instead of getting bogged down with maybe worrying too much about details, I'm really looking at what can I add to this picture that's going to make the biggest impact, which is why I really wanted to add that shadow under the boat, because that helps to ground the boat. And I'm just wanting to soften the water a little bit around here without overworking it. Because one of the things I love the most about this illustration, or just Maria Trolle in general, is it's so fantastical. It's like a subtlety to it. I think that's why I choose these color palettes so oftentimes in her books, where they're more pastel, because it's just so pretty. It just fits this style of illustration for sure. So as you're working on your illustration, or if you're working on a different illustration than this, I would really recommend choosing a color palette and maybe doing less, because we can always add more on top. And I think a lot of times we can think we have to be one and done, like put the first layer on and that's it. Or maybe we can come over the top with pencils, but you can keep coming over the top with watercolor also. Her books, the paper in it is just phenomenal, but it is very, very important to allow it to completely dry before you work on it anymore, and also before you assess how you feel about it. I'm definitely partial to like a two-tone color effect. You already know this about me with color with regards to Rita Berman books. And I think with Maria Trolle, I really like leaning into more natural colors, like the greens, the pinks. And I mean, this purple is gorgeous. But not adding so many different colors to make this a rainbow palette, sticking more to something more, what's the word I'm looking for? Subdued. I think that's the word I'm looking for, so that the illustration itself jumps out. It's very different than a super whimsical illustration like Rita Berman that has so many things going on. There's so many things in the illustration that don't make sense, and maybe multiple competing focal points. I love Rita Berman's pages, and I think they lend themselves so well to the rainbow effect, which is why Rita herself colors them like that, versus the Maria Trolle that we can just do. I think we can do even a more of a monochromatic palette, and it could be breathtaking just by leaning into tonality, dimension. So if we're looking for, like, that's what I'm doing here with the tail of this dragon, looking at how detailed do I want to get, because I can emphasize every scale, but then I do feel it's going to take away from the illustration, because then it's going to be so hyper detailed versus the gist of it. What's the word I'm looking for? More of an emotion, a feeling with the illustration. It just lends itself so well with Maria's style. And you can see that even by the way she's illustrating the clouds. Like, they're kind of whimsical, but they're realistic also, but they're soft. They're soft. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to learn more about how you can become a Studio Master member, click the join button below this video or the link is in the description box. Happy coloring. Love you guys.